Hello and welcome, and we're back for another BL4 content. And this time I'm gonna show you my level 27 Amon Scourge build. So this is a bossing build, and it's good enough for exploration and such since I'm using a Scourge, so it's tanky. But it heavily relies on Ordnance, so your damage is really just high on Ordnance like this one. As for the build, I'm gonna show you my ordnance since this build is highly rely on the ordnance. I'm using the ordnance with Maliwan that has a big nuke on the first hit because I'm using a rep kit with amp. So what it does when I use a rep kit, I deal a 2 times damage on the first shot. So that's why I'm using a ordnance with a high damage on the first shot. And that's pretty much what I'm using. As for the class mods, I just wanna use a lot more of the critical hit damage and the blackout skill. This one. So just to have more critical chance on my initial shot. And if it crits, then I will deal a lot more damage with this amp. And also we have this skill Tail of the Comet. So what it does is if you double dip on the initial shot, it will base on that damage to create a cryo damage over time. So the damage over time for this cryo double dips if you have an amp on the rep kit. And it's worth noting that if your ordnance damage crits, your Tail of the Comet will base on that damage over time. Also, the ancient ways, which will increase our cryo damage. This will affect the tail of the comet since this is dealing a cryo damage over time. And also, it will help us on the gunshots with cryo element. And for exploration, I'm using this to increase my gunshot. And I am planning to take this ricochet, but I'm not sure if this is gonna affect the ordnance. But still, it's a great mobbing tool to get more damage over the exploration since there's just way too many mobs over the area. And for this one, I get this so that uh my chance over here gets amplified so I can still do incendiary damage. And what I do is I proc this scourge here so that it will do a double chance. So there you go. That's a 15% chance rate. As for the augment, you can use the Stormlance if you don't have any good ordnance weapon. But overall, I prefer using the Cryonic Drum just to get the bonus cryo damage. And also the Cryonic Pulse helped me survive a lot on the exploration since it will freeze my surrounding enemy, and that helps a lot to mitigate more damage since they are damaging more slower. And I can confirm that the cryonic pulse won't proc the rep kit amped, so the damage on the cryonic pulse it won't proc this. Since I'm a cryo build, I'm just using a cryo submachine gun, and that's pretty much my build. And lastly, I'm just gonna show you how it performs on hard difficulty with Idolator Soul.
Completely to the timekeeper's side. Now. I will prevail. Fortify.